The invasion of Gen Z drug addicts. Shout out to my boy Lawman. I did 100k subs. But do y'all think Gen Z is like the most drug addicted generation? I feel like there's been worse generations, like boomers back in the day. Which generation was hippies? The generation that was hippies was taking coke, fentanyl. Not fentanyl, it didn't exist. It probably did, but it wasn't as used. But like they was taking everything, man. Then again, there is some new shit that just pops up, bro. Like Gen Z was just think of like a random drug that shouldn't even be used as a drug. Like Galaxy gas should not be used as a drug. I don't even know how thought that could be used as a drug. Every generation has their own problems. Yeah, but Gen Z's getting up there. I could see at the end of Gen Z's run, us being up there with like the hippies and shit for like drug intake. Anyways, let's go ahead and see this video. The invasion of Gen Z drug addicts.
Gen Z has a massive substance issue, and we need to talk about those addictions today. Growing up as a Gen Z individual, I feel like we all made a very valiant effort to avoid some of the many harmful substances or addictions that plague Gen X or millennials. For instance, me specifically, I remember walking down the street as a child in my youth and smelling the awful, foul, putrid scent of cigarettes in my peripheral. And I always thought—
Nah, cigarette smells disgusting, I swear to you. If I see you smoking a cigarette, man, I just get disappointed. I'm just like, bro, you are smoking a cigarette, age 20 years old. What is the point? You know the actual effects of it. You've seen the PSAs and shit. But at least vapes is a little bit better, even though you shouldn't be doing it, but at least it's a little bit better of an alternative.
Myself, who could be smoking these disgusting cancer sticks? I would never ever make that mistake when I'm older. And I know that's not just me. A lot of people in Gen Z had that exact same thought. That was until it was repackaged, repurposed into the flavor of strawberry, and
nah, I'll never forget, bro. This was like, nah, bro, we're done with smoking. We've learned from all these PSAs, we'll never touch a cigarette, smoke anything in our lives. Ooh. Peach mango passion fruit. Let me go ahead and buy 500 of those for the year. We were gonna be the generation that broke this. First started with Jules, for real. Jules came out, then vape started to become popular, and like it's cooked now.
Into the flavor of strawberry, and now y'all sucking on it more than Mia Khalifa sucks on men to relieve their stress and negative energy. Like the amount of vape fiends I remember in high school is genuinely alarming.
What the hell? This man is posted up upside down.
Not only are you one underage, you are out here so down bad for flavored air, you look like a crack or meth junkie. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Hiding in the Chili's.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. I hate a vapor smoker that is always saying they could quit anytime. Just don't say that, bro. If you're a vapor smoker or anything, please don't say that because it pisses me off. Like, if you could quit anytime, bro, quit right now. Why not do it now?
So I can vape. Hashtag fiend. I swear I knew like 15 different people in high school and did this exact same thing in the school bathrooms, bro. It got so bad that my high school bathroom—
What the hell? Is this a prison cell or school bathroom?
Was now known as the Nick bathroom, all right? The nicotine bathroom. I know this also starts and happens in certain middle schools as well. And I already know some people in the comments are gonna be like, oh, vaping, nicotine is not a drug. Nicotine is a drug, highly addictive. Nicotine is a powerful and highly addictive drug that can prime the brain's reward system. Addiction is characterized by compulsive use even when it has a negative health consequence. And the same people out here trying to say, oh, it's not a drug and I'm not addicted, are out here acting like this.
Where's your nicotine, dog?
How the f did you get in my house, Jake? I don't have any. I don't have any.
It's so crazy how like... Hey guys, Tom NFG here. You know, only half of you guys are subscribed and even less of you guys have noties on. I hate to be a burden, but you know, I really appreciate it if you hit that sub button and the little bell next to it. You know, it doesn't take long. I know you can get mixed up in the algorithm and everything. But yeah, also tune into the streams. You know, we have a lot of fun over there. I'm telling you, we have a lot of parties going on over there. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Damn. Smart our brain is, but how like vulnerable it is, because our brain could like solve the most complex math equations to ever exist, and then at the same time, if it gets addicted to nicotine, it just like it can't function without it. Thank God I'm not addicted to vapes. Tommy has great advice. I think I'm saying something universally that most people say. I have tons of friends that vape, smoke, etc. or whatever, and it's like, bro, from what I hear from them, appreciate all of them and shit, but I'm just like, I feel like I'm more productive usually than them, especially the ones that are really addicted to that shit. Be like, bro, why not at least, bro, do something productive or something really good and then like do it at the end of the day. If you're doing it throughout the day, you're cooked.
This was me last night. So accurate. Are you proud of this? Annie the Slayer, are you proud of this behavior?
I'm about to lose my mind in this bitch, bro. What the fuck is my vape?
This be me. And they swear they're not addicted. Like, you are more addicted than Jamaican men are addicted to obese white ladies. You are more addicted than an Asian person is to trying to get good grades to appease their family, only to never receive the kindness, love, and gratitude or appreciation that they wanted to feel in the first place, which then leads them to succumb to the darkness of an unhealthy relationship with their parents and an unhealthy relationship with themselves. Damn. hits really close to home, unfortunately. My 18th birthday gift is gonna be a new geek bar. This is what we're giving out on birthdays? There's other things in this world to breathe.
But the thing is, they do make them look cool. Like, this looks like a cool little gadget and device. Like, I would just want like a line of these lined up on a table or some shit, just because it looks cool and it's like a high contrast, cool looking color.
There's other things in this world to suck on, pause. It is genuinely getting to a point, bro. I remember seeing videos like this.
I apologize. I didn't mean.
Woman vapes on a plane? Does she not know that's a federal crime? Because it's a law that makes sense. First off, so you don't suffocate people when there's kids and babies on planes, number one. And number two, like, bro, they could think it's a bomb or some shit when they see the smoke in the air. And like, they call the fucking police and stop the whole plane. She's done for.
I would never vape again.
I didn't mean to do that. You didn't mean to actively take the geek bar out of your pocket, suck on it like a popsicle, push out the strawberry flavored air into humanity for the rest of the passengers of this plane to inhale.
I didn't mean to do that. I would never vape again.
Okay. Have any of you seen my vape? You know I only use Ripple anyway. Ripple? What's that? It's zero nicotine. It's much better than that shit you have. Well, have you got one I can try? Yeah, sure. There's loads of flavors.
That's how you know this is getting too crazy. We're getting advertisements of vapes.
Nah, I've seen that, bro. Yeah, people be advertising. It's like fake vapes. Have y'all seen those? Okay, at least it's a step. You know, you're trying to obviously break the bad habit, and it's a step towards getting better. But yeah, it's just like so hilarious to think about.
That help vapors stop vaping regular vapes instead of just vaping this vape. Guys, what are we doing? On a serious note, I feel like there are so many different statistics I can pull up against vaping and how vaping is horrible for you. And at the same time, some vape fiend is going to tell me, oh, this is actually not as bad as you think, bro. I'm actually doing this so I can avoid the other drugs. Congratulations, my brother. You have been fooled by vaping propaganda. For the longest time, whenever I was watching the news or watching sports, I remember seeing these anti-cigarette campaigns where it's like, oh, smoking kills, don't smoke, secondhand smoke is really bad for you.
Why they stop playing those, man?
Etc. And at that time, I was realizing, okay, yeah, cigarettes are finally being stigmatized. And then came the invasion of vapes. And here's the genius marketing move, but as soon as cigarettes became stigmatized and advertised as unhealthy, vaping seemed to be the healthy alternative. It's not as bad for you, it's not as toxic, it's not as cancer causing, etc. But you are still frying your lungs, and if you think that you're making a healthier choice,
I think there's a certain type of vape you can get where it's like the most bare bones strip vape, but you don't have no flavors, it's not toxic, where it's like that's actually a better alternative, even though you shouldn't be doing it. But yeah, the new ones, bro, that are made in like in random Chinese factory, them just be having poison in them.
It might enable you to do this even longer.
Tobacco industry probably paid off the cartoons.
Addiction due to the fact that you actually don't even
think
it's a bad idea. Because let's face it, whenever you confront a chronic vapor, they always hit you with that, well, at least I'm not smoking cigarettes. Now, for some statistics involving Gen Z, in 2022, 2.55 million middle and high school.
God damn, bruh. I thought it would be more. I honestly thought it would be like 8 mil.
School students in the US reported using e-cigarettes in the past 30 days. 14% of high school students and 3% of middle school students. 85% of high school age smokers and 72% of middle school.
And that's only the ones that are reporting. On average, they're not reporting because they don't want to get in trouble. Can you imagine all the unreported? I think realistically it's like 8 million or something, or 10 million kids.
Smokers prefer vaping over regular cigarettes.
Probably more. There's definitely more. There's no way there's not more.
E-cigarette companies use aggressive advertising from marketing campaigns to target adolescents. Social media has provided a platform for e-cig companies to market their products to the youth. That's why you see things like strawberry, peach, mango, fuzz as a flavor go so viral. All you gotta do is put some fruity ass flavor in front of their faces and they gonna go crazy for it. But can we please just go back to breathing air? Brief intermission. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Back to the video. And since we're talking about auction and breathing flavored air or breathing regular air, I feel like this is a perfect segue to talk about the next point, which is Whippets. Which, if you're not sure what Whippets are,
man, Whippets low-key fell off. Like, what happened to Galaxy gas? That's a good thing though, but like, what happened to it, man?
Nitrous oxide found in small metal canisters, used in refillable whipped cream canisters, used as an inhalant drug to get high. We got hella high off some Whippets last night, Browdy. Now, the first time I really saw this was that one black kid who was in a restaurant, hit a little breath of the canister and went mega viral. So this right here is what the canisters.
Damn, that's what I'm gonna miss about TikTok, like stupid shit like that going viral. We wouldn't have gotten a little T in IG Reels or something, man. That's like a TikTok made product.
Nitrous oxide look like, and you can actually buy these online, which makes them very easily accessible for the youth. Another form of it right here is like Galaxy gas.
The fact that they're all sold out too. Are they still sold out? Okay, that's good. It fell off. It says right here that they're in stock in this one. They're in stock for this one. Okay, wait, we're getting better as a generation.
Gas, and boom, we go over here to Amazon.com and we got watermelon lemonade flavored whipped cream dispenser. Yeah, you can very easily.
What whipped cream would you need watermelon lemonade flavor for? Bro, there is not a single whipped cream. Like, what would you put this whipped cream flavor on? A cake? I'm not eating that whipped cream.
Buy these online for the price of Currently unavailable. Vanilla cupcake flavor whipped cream dispenser cartridge, $85 for this. Now, I'm not really sure exactly how this works, given that it's a flavor
Who
dispenser
cooks with Whippets? Funny enough, yeah, there's chefs that actually use this, like just normally.
tank. Let's actually find out.
Galaxy gas it's nitrous oxide. It's used for whipping cream or other. I think there's other culinary uses for it.
Nah, not the Kanye song in the background.
But it's just a can of nitrous. Apparently, you can't use
God,
oxygen or CO2 because it affects the whipping cream. So nitrous
Not
is
to
the gas
act
they
reckless.
use. It's the exact same stuff you would find in the dental office. Laughing gas oxide, if used in the recreational setting, can get the same effects of laughing gas.
So basically, it's a potent greenhouse gas that
You know what's crazy, y'all? On everything, look, listen. I think I accidentally tried it. I'm gonna explain to y'all why. I had some whipped cream, right? And it was done. There was no more. So, like, you know, for whipped cream, how, like, sometimes you just put it in your mouth and, like, pause. Oh, I can't even say this normally. The substance enter your mouth whipped. But I did it, and it was empty, right? So, like, I was, like, swallowing, and I put it in just to, like, because I thought it was full. I did that shit. I swallowed it. It was just, like, the gas, like, the nitrous gas. And I was like, and I swear on everything, bro, my brain felt something. Like, it was weird, bro. You turned into Kanye? I guess I did for a second. Maybe I gotta do it more.
people
That's
use
comparisons
to
I'm
whip
getting.
cream because oxygen or carbon dioxide can't properly whip cream to the best of its abilities, and they got to use nitrous oxide. And in turn, people who are using nitrous oxide are using that as a drug to get high. And it's mainly something I've seen among Gen Z. For the last suckable, inhalable, breathable addiction of the day, we gotta talk about Zaza. We gotta talk about that gas, Mary Jane, Mary Joanna, whatever you want to call her, all right? Because although it's not chemically addictive, it is definitely easy to come.
I truly think that shit is addictive. Nowadays, bro, I don't know what they be putting in weed. Maybe in the past it wasn't addictive, but nowadays, bro, the way I see weed smokers, they are literally addicted to that shit.
Very dependent on it. And like always, there's always gonna be that stoner in the comment section.
When you ate because you smoked, now you gotta smoke because you ate? What? Bro, what happened to just enjoying food with like a YouTube video playing? It's funny because like some smokers, they can't even do anything. Like they say they literally throw up if they don't smoke for the day. That not like a disease or something?
Talking about some, I'm not addicted, bro. I'm not addicted.
You gotta smoke before we go. You gotta smoke before this. You gotta smoke before you eat. You gotta smoke before you smoke. You always gotta smoke like relax. Stop! Like you is
Nah, for real,
like,
bro.
You addict. Like,
But if it gets to a point where you gotta smoke every single day in order to function properly,
Bro,
if you
literally.
gotta get high all the time, like it gets to a point, all right? I feel like if somebody is very dependent on a substance or really anything in this life in general, you're low-key addicted. I don't care if you
Aim for
can't
six
become
are basically
chemically
taxes
dependent
for
on it. And I
smokers.
feel like we all know at least one person who succumbs to the bad habit of a weed addiction and are just in denial about that addiction, bro. Now, the next set of topics I want to talk about revolve around the idea of food. Yes, Gen Z has food addictions, all right? Now, whether you're seeing the most craziest, gluttoniest, I don't even know if that's a word, largest, humongous, gargantuan bowl of Chipotle
Ew, that looks so gross.
that you ever seen in your life, or you see somebody genuinely starving themselves in hopes of looking more attractive, I guess. No matter which way you slice it, skinny or obese, Gen Z is like having a hard time falling somewhere in between the middle, which is fit. Starting with the fat ass side, the obesity side, I feel like there is a huge overeating trend on places like TikTok. There is always videos like this.
Get into the Chipotle, baby.
Ew.
That go insanely viral.
Even for me, when I eat too much, I feel like I gotta throw up. I don't know how I used to eat so much when I was big.
Which kind of sets a new standard for like mukbangers in general. In order to make a full-time content creator career out of mukbanging like this, you're probably going to be eating a lot, which means you're probably going to get very fat. And so if you're not getting fat, that means you're one, spitting out the food, or two, throwing it up, which is both pretty bad for its own different reasons. Like, you do not have to be a scholarly source.
I think a lot of these people that do these mukbangs and whatnot, they take a bite and just like spit out the food right after.
Einstein himself to realize that this is pushing very
She forgot to cut out spitting the food and editing? Oh, no.
realize that this is pushing very poor eating habits. I would not be surprised if there's some 15-year-old, 13-year-old girl thinking, oh my gosh, how is this person still skinny after eating all this food? How come I can't get
Okay, you gotta be stupid, bruh. I don't think they're actually that. Well, maybe some kids, but like, I feel like it's pretty commonly known that that shit is fake.
like that? How come my body doesn't look like that? And that's where the comparison
Let's be
starts.
real, Nico had the craziest comeback in YouTube history. I mean, it was a surprising event, but I wouldn't say it's like YouTube went crazy after or anything. He should have started like a fitness page page or some shit for real. That would have been the method. Nah, if he started a course right after saying how I tricked the internet, I can help you lose weight or something, that would have went crazy.
Comes in, obesity acceptance is already a thing online, which is its own separate problem.
Tell me, okay, Matt Stoney doesn't fake his vids, but he literally does like one of those huge meals once a month. Like he does like severe training with his body, he gets checked up by doctors and shit. So his makes sense. It's not every day. These mukbangers be like every day or every like couple days, you know?
I've talked about before. Don't get me wrong, body
like he literally does that
can
just
be a very,
once
very
a
good
month,
thing.
and
But
that's
when
it.
you're advertising obesity to be some type of like good choice, you lost me, pal. But at the same time, being overly skinny is definitely not the right answer. Throughout 2024, I feel like there was also a very, very huge Ozempic epidemic. Most recently, we've seen people like Ice Spice lose a lot of weight in a very, very short amount of time. And I feel like one thing is people will never...
This meant something to me, man. It meant something to me. Tragic.
Spice lose a lot of weight in a very, very short amount of time. One thing is people will never really want to admit that they're on Ozempic. They're always going to say they're going to the gym, which is exactly what she did. And like, yeah, maybe you...
Nah, Ice Spice was definitely in the gym. I don't know though, but like, I think she was in the gym and also she was on it at least a little bit because like her weight loss was beyond crazy. Like if she was in the gym and just lost like whatever weight, she would still have like some ass or something, bruh. She lost everything, bruh.
Maybe you did work out. I don't know. Something's a little fishy here. Next up, we have gambling. I want to keep this very nice and short. I feel like sports gambling, especially, and online gambling has really plagued Gen Z. We have all seen the side effects with Gen X or with millennials who get strung on these gambling addictions in casinos. They don't hit on blackjack. They don't hit on slots. And that's the problem with a lot of the things that we talked about in today's video. I feel like society has shuffled the way these addictions are, and they're still plaguing us to this day. For example, okay, with gambling, like sports gambling, as soon as we get these 6-leg parlays,
I feel like it's not really Gen Z's fault. The other generations didn't have like apps you could get instantly on your phone to gamble. Some of the apps give you like $100-$200 for a first bonus to bet on some shit. I don't know. I don't really blame Gen Z too much for this.
and we can bet on NBA games and NFL games. Oh, it's amazing.
That's the
Or
most
like
likely
vaping.
addiction to get.
Oh, you don't want cigarettes? What about a strawberry version of a cigarette? That's a little bit better for you. Oh, perfect. And speaking of online things, another thing that's a very huge addiction, and it's not a drug, chasing clout. Because you know what they say, clout is hell of a drug, and I feel like Gen Z is the most clout chasing generation of all time. Let's be real here.
True.
We're down to do whatever it takes to get views, whether that's selling ourselves on OnlyFans. People will cover themselves in chocolate and say that they're the Easter Bunny. We get the freaky
I forgot about
the
that, dude.
20v1s, the my mom got a BBL, faking disabilities. People will lose their moral principles in exchange for money and fame. And I feel like this is one of the most genuinely new addictions that has came in our lifetime because the internet is still pretty new and social media is still
We were 100% not meant to be connected like this.
pretty new. And last but not least, corn. Corn rots your brain. There are so many different
Oh my god, is she really about to do 1,000 dudes next? That's scary.
statistics on corn being horrible for you. It's bad for your love life, physically, you know what I'm saying? You might not be able to get erect, unrealistic expectations
She's
of
cooked.
women, etc. Out of everything we talked about, I feel like it's the most easily attainable and easily accessible. Like I remember when I was
I actually don't. Okay, I was about to say I actually don't think corn addiction is bad. Obviously, it's terrible. Should be addicted to it. But I will say the thing that corn ruined, bro, is niggas thinking like, oh, they can go for a 10 out of 10 baddie or some shit, and they look like Fat Albert. Like it ruined some dude's perceptions out there. At the end of the day, bro, you play in the playing field, level field, or whatever you're in.
I was younger, being able to just look this stuff up online without any type of regulation.
And the thing I definitely don't understand is being in a relationship and looking at it. That is weird to me.
I mean, it still is like that to this day. I'm pretty sure. Like, oh, are you 18 plus on this screen? Click yes. Oh, okay, we believe you. We believe you. We know you're 18. And the people who get addicted to this stuff are often very young. Oftentimes, a pipeline will come somewhere from a different social media platform like YouTube, TikTok, and send them down this deep, massive, disgusting pipeline of OF users, etc.
Damn, what is the Bop House about to do with the TikTok ban? They're about to be all unemployed.
And it is a disgusting, sad case. Hopefully, Gen Alpha does not fall victim to the same problem. But that was pretty much everything I wanted to cover
Move
for
to
today's
IG.
video. I know there's other substances that I could have talked about.
not
For
the
people
same
who
though,
make the
bro.
argument that, oh, it's not a substance, it's not a drug, you're not speaking about drugs. People think that what they're doing is better, it's not as bad as what people were doing before. It's not like you're doing a harsh drug. So this is okay, right? It's bad, but it could be worse mentality is what really causes these problems to be prolonged, in my opinion. Because yes, unhealthy eating habits are not the same thing as using a substance. It's very easy to fall victim to them because we're not paying them nearly enough attention as they needed to be. But that is gonna do it for today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section below. Do you think that I was just yapping about some of these things? Do you think that they're not that deep, they're not that dangerous? Please make sure you like, subscribe, Join my Discord link in the description. Sub to the second channel, also in the description. It's Love Law. I love you, and I'm out.
W law, man. But honestly, I feel like a lot of these addictions, okay, other than vapes, because vapes didn't exist in the past, most of these existed with other generations. Corn addiction didn't. No, actually, a lot of these are new. Smoking weed, yeah, I mean, that been existed. I don't know, a lot of this is just more of the stuff just wasn't put in that time back then. I guarantee if it was, though, they'd be addicted to it, too. But yeah, if you're watching on the tube, make sure to join the Discord and watch the streams.
Subscribe to Tommy NFG.